The views and opinions expressed in the Golden Boot podcast are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Golden Boot podcast as a whole.
Y'all ready to get rolling? Quiet on the set. Hey, welcome back to another high episode of HBCU Hour. It's your boy Poop Out. Got my man Ant Petty Murphy in the building. And what's good with you, my boy?
Man, it's Monday, dog.
It is Monday.
That's all I'm gonna say.
It's funny because it's been a while since we did an HBCU Hour, and we've done, the Golden Boot. We've had, talk LSU, talk, some of the other sports. I still came here like we did, had the wrong graphics up, all that kind of stuff. But we got a good one tonight, man. It's time for the season preview, bro. Back at it, man. Finally talking. I know it's
less than 100 days, bro.
It's less than 100 days, man. It's a lot of stuff going on too. We hadn't been able to talk a lot of this, SWAC, HBCU, MEAC, saying some of the beefs going back and forth,
I'm like that meme with a little girl on the swing.
And it's fire in the background.
Yeah, I'm the little girl on the swing. I'm
the dog. I'm the dog in the house with the fire. It's like it's
I'm just sitting there watching
good.
Everybody else, bro. It's fun. It's fun from a distance. I ain't trying to get involved in it.
Nah, not at all, man. I tell you, like I tell the folks at work, man. You know my favorite motto: drink water, mind your business. I'm gonna do it every time. But man, we got a good one tonight, man. We got Dave talk North Carolina A&T with us, man. We got the HU Pirateship talk Hampton with us, man. Talk to the CAA guys, man. Figure out what it's look, man. Listen. I'm looking forward to it because we done had coaching changes.
Mm-hmm.
We done had roster turnovers. I want to find out if a certain offense gonna hit 100 yards passing by week 2. But we'll get there. Y'all know who we talking about. We ain't even gotta say nothing. We'll get there. Well, first, y'all know what we gotta do. We gotta give a shout out to our sponsors over at BetOnline.ad. BetOnline.ag. Golly, I'm tripping. It's Monday. We'll be back in 1 minute. BetOnline.ag is your number one source for all your sports information, stats, news, and scores. Get the latest odds, lines, and player injury reports for this year's NBA and NHL playoffs. BetOnline is always your sports information headquarters. This season, we have you covered for all your sports wagering needs. We have everything from NBA, NFL, MLB, and NHL to golf, tennis, UFC, and boxing. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to get your betting info, including live betting options and your favorite casino and card games that you can play right from your home. Head on over to betonline.ag today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. Be sure to use the promo code BLEAV to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Hey, we're back, and like we said, we got guests with us from the HU Pirateship. We got Jeff Hampton Knight Johnson, Tariq Big Reek Wilson, and also this man got so many. Just listen. Co-host of PNP, that's Panther Nation, HBCU Nightly, and M&D. Welcome back, Dave. Glad to have you with us. How everybody doing this evening?
What's going on, guys?
Good.
Hey, Dave, I like your professional picture, man. I need one like that.
Yeah.
Look, man, like, listen, I guess when they make you a manager, they make you take them things. I wasn't really a big fan of it when I take it at the time, but I'm gonna make it. I was like, well, since you're making me take it, I'm taking it and moving it everywhere I need to take it.
Making me look
about 10 years old.
It was 20. When did I take that picture? 20. It was during the pandemic. It was like 2020, 2021. Not that long, not that old. I ain't at to the point where my hairline's different, you know. It's about the same, you know what I'm saying? So you make it work.
Oh man, one of these things is not like the other. Ant, go find you some glasses to put on. Everybody else blind around here.
You can put shades on, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
These ain't even real glass. These my daughter's little decoration glasses over there. Blind. I'm not using it. My wife tried to hand me hers, but she blind now. I'm gonna have a headache.
Oh man. But fellas, it's been a minute, man. Glad to have everybody on with us. Dave, I know we talked, you know what I'm saying, with you for, you know what I'm saying, during the draft, but we ain't talked HBCU in a minute, Dave.
Yeah, I know. Don't remind me, because I remember the last time we talked HBCU on this show. So
yeah.
You know.
Speaking of, he already ready. Banks in the comments talking about hey Dave, please say some crazy-ish. Hey Hampton, see you August 31st.
Y'all better make sure y'all beat Hampton. I remember now there's one thing I got wrong, but there's one thing I got right. I told y'all Hampton was gonna beat Grambling, guys.
Hey, we're not gonna talk about that.
This dude, look at our milk.
There's always a slot for you, bro. I know your boys in Morgan State. Shout out to me, Ag Mike. You know what I'm saying? I know your boys in Morgan State's ready to make that move anyway. So you know, you come on down.
Yeah,
that's my partner Banksman on our show, MD. You know, we do a lot of chaos on a weekly basis. We're on break right now, but you know.
Yeah. Hey, Banks, settle down. We'll talk about Townsend's rivalry.
The Battle of Great Old Baltimore.
When we get to y'all a couple of days, you know. But nah, man. Jeff, you know what I'm saying? Big Reek, man. What's good with you? Listen. I think Reek, I think I hit you up. I ain't say but a couple words. I was like, really? Right now?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you heard our podcast with the athletic director, and we tried to get some out of him, but he wouldn't let it go, man. So just imagine what it takes to change coaches at this point in time in the season, and just let your imagination run wild. That's what I'm doing. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't peaceful. What do you think, everyone?
I mean, just the timing of it wasn't peaceful at all. I mean, literally, like, you don't do this. So something had to transpire. And what is so good, interesting about all of it is, so what? I thought someone said something. The interesting thing about it was nothing leaked out. Like, previously, before the new AD came in there, something would come out. You would hear a little something here and there, but nothing came out. So, you know, it just shows that this dude got a tight grip on, you know, the situation. So, you know, for us, we still trying to piece together what happened.
Yeah. And the crazy part is, like, we're getting bits and pieces from different people, but none of it lines up. So you can't even, like, the rumors, man. So
you can't even put stuff together. Like I'll say it like this: the previous regime, we heard everything. I'd say everything, and it was like we were hearing it from the lunch ladies. We was hearing it from the people who clean up the coach's office. But now it's like all them people gone. So for the most part, we're basically just kind of left in the dark. So we don't really know. I mean, we can speculate all day.
Welcome to the club, bro.
Exactly.
They
right now, you know, whatever they do, they don't want no drama.
Yeah.
So nothing coming out.
But what we can say, though, there have been no tears shed.
No.
Not a single tear anywhere.
And it's the wild part. All, like, you would think that with a culture change, like at that time, players would just jump ship.
Yeah.
Really lost with one player? One.
They said that. I did listen to your interview, and it said that, and the AD pretty much said that folks that were in the portal came back after they
came back.
got rid of their coach.
Wow.
I mean,
This is a lot.
I mean, you got to be real. This coach, this is a Division I coach that was calling podcasters, me and Reek, during the day, talking about, boy, you don't know nothing about no football. Like, who does this? You know, you're like, dude, you are. I mean, this is it's a lower level FCS program, but I mean, you cannot be bothered with two podcasters that you calling during the middle of the day to critique what we talking about on their offensive plan. We like, bro, come on. That is, I mean, and that to us is just like, that just said a lot right there. So, I mean, I would give him his props for this. This dude got us some players that we could have never imagined at that level because HBCUs always get that speed guy, that flash guy, you know, but they never got that what we call those meat and potatoes guys. And so he was bringing in meat and potatoes guys. That offensive line we haven't had a good offensive line like that since the 2005, 2006 era, you know, the Nevin McCaskill era, you know, the Alonzo Coleman running back era, you know. We hadn't had guys like those were like 3-star and up type of guys that would normally go to like a Marshall, a Akron, you know. We were beating out offensive linemen for like William & Mary to Richmond, you know, going upwards to like Virginia Tech or, you know, guys who are going to ride the pine up there. You know, they'll come to a CAA program at Hampton. We're like, okay. And so we saw, like, okay, this is what you get when you get into these little CAA programs. So I give him props for that. But the other stuff, you don't let it go.
Yeah, and the crazy part, if you just look at, like Jeff said, the trenches especially, like this team was set. Guys left. They were going to be good, competitive this year.
Yeah.
And if things really went his way, we saw them like competing for a playoff spot. I mean, I guess that can still happen, but he built up the interiors of the team that well, that they were that stout to be able to compete. So and that's what he was able to do.
Yeah.
He's a recruiter.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but he's a recruiter.
Yeah. So, he built the team that was based off his personality. Because, you know, like when he first came in, you know, it was like he would talk about, oh, I want a cerebral guy. I want to, like, he would always say, like, every 4 words that come out of his mouth for a quarterback would be cerebral. And we were like, okay, all right, fine. But now we got a running quarterback. He's kind of more of like a option, you know, read option dude, like short pass type of dude, but that can run the ball. And it fits his mentality because it's more of a run-based offense. And then he got the big line. He got those 2 6'8" tackles, those 2 6'5" guards, and a 6'4" center. And you're like, oh, yeah, this is the biggest line in the CAA. And you got everything that fits his personality, then they gave him the boot. So that's the wild. You're like, you know what? We're going to have the best team in anyway. I mean, we're going to have the best team we've had. Let's get someone else to coach it. You know, it's like there's somebody in here that can really, really, really coach. You know, so, I mean, you know, no offense to you, but and plus, we have to be honest, too. Our offensive coordinator, Zach Peterson, was really good. And coaches move all the time. You know, we had the coach for Washington Huskies. You know, he just went to the Natty, lost, then went to Alabama. Our offensive coordinator left Hampton. I mean, we understand we're FCS school, Division I, but we're in the decent conference CAA. He left Hampton to be an offensive quality control coach at Nebraska. Now, I'm not.
I think Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin. Yeah, Wisconsin.
Yeah, because of the same.
You know, it's the same, but it's like I get it. Leg up, you know, but it's like foot in the door. But at the same time, we're like, come on, bro. You know, and I wasn't mad because I wanted the man to get wherever he needed to be. But you know, it's just like you started losing out on certain like quality personnel, then it's like you have to look at the program. And we lost a good co-defensive coordinator too that been in the CAA for years, CAA legend. And so now you're kind of like, man, what's going on? So it was kind of like a lot of that happened. That you're kind of sitting here, everybody's kind of looking at them like, hey, bro, what's going on with the program? But you keep sitting here and telling everybody it's the best team we got. It's the best team we got. But you're losing a lot of people, like of value.
Right. So you lost basically a whole new coaching staff coming in with this talented team. So what's the expectations for this new staff?
I wouldn't say it's a whole new coaching staff because it's like so basically it looked like Boykin kind of kept he's an intern. He kind of kept everybody that's still around. Like he kept like the wide receivers coach is probably gonna be the OC and the defensive coordinator still there. So none of the coaches really left. The head coach just gone. So I mean, I think that if they still kind of stick with what Pete Patterson left and kind of like just improvise and put in whatever they feel that works better, the team won't miss a beat. Like we beat Richmond last year. We ain't never beat Richmond before, and then beat them to the point where they want to go to the Patriot League. So and like we beat them up. I mean, now keep it real. Morgan beat them too, So we can't really sit here and just be like we beat them up. Like they lost to Oregon. So.
But at the same time, though, that's the only conference loss they had in the conference. They went 7-1 in that conference.
That is true. And
we took it cool.
But then we turn around and like lose some like really horrible games. So it's just like you can't just beat Richmond and turn around and get stomped by some of these lower programs.
When y'all lost, I said this all season last year, bro. When y'all lost the game, y'all lost.
Yes.
Like y'all lost
a
game. It was bad.
Yeah. And like, it's like, but to me, that was the coaching aspect of it. It was more like we kind of felt like when it comes to certain points of the game where a coaching has to use his acumen, then, it was always like, oh, well, we're going to lose that part of it, where it's the X's and O's part. We didn't win that. I mean,
there you go.
If it's a physical game, back and forth, like pound, beat each other, we got that all day. But when you actually got to think, nah. So,
Which y'all's interim coach that's there? Do y'all feel as though it's a real shot that he could be the full-time guy, or is it just he's just holding the place until y'all get through the season?
Go Reed. You go.
Yeah, from my sources.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, there we go. And now we talked to the AD. I think he knows football, so he got a good tree that he comes from. What's that? The guy who coached at Ohio State, all those championships like 10 years ago.
Tressel.
Town State. Yep. Tressel. And I think also under Taylor too. So, he got some good folks that he coached under. So I think they're going to give him a couple games to really win it. Mm-hmm. But I think if it don't start out quick, then it's going to go downhill real quick. And I think that's something to worry about, right? Because as you get older, think about this, right? Like, that your jobs are already like touch and go right now. So say if it gets off to a slow start, all them dudes going to start looking for jobs in the middle of the season. You know what I mean? So it can go left real quick, man, real quick. Yeah. But I hope that, we got some games that we could win early to give people hope.
Yeah.
And let's finish this. They're going to give them a shot, but it's going to be a quick rope. If it ain't looking right, it's going to be, you'll know really quickly, that it ain't gonna work out.
Well,
go ahead.
Now I was gonna say they petty in the chat. They already
they petty. Let them be petty, man. Let them be petty. I'm just trying to figure out when the SWAC's gonna win another Celebration Bowl, because I already know they already built up their excuses because their time frame just changed again. So I'm just trying to figure out.
For the record, y'all didn't win the last Celebration Bowl. The former MEAC team to beat a MEAC team. So. Yeah, let's keep that real.
Hilarious.
No, I mean the swag. I love the swag, man, because they talk trash when they lose. I mean, they got no conscience, no.
Because they don't care. They don't care about winning. They just they want to make. As long as the bands is rocking, they good. You know what I'm saying?
If the bands are good, like,
and they got the crowd. As long as they got the crowds and the bands are rocking, they straight.
Yeah,
that's it.
They straight. We know. I mean, we left the conference after we won the Celebration Bowl 4 times, 4 out of the first 5 years. So you know that's how it is.
I mean, SWAC is known for all they got is those speedy little receivers that can only run one route and return kicks, and they got good bands. They never have good linemen.
I will give them credit. I think FAMU is forcing them to figure out the trench play side of the fence because the thing is they got to fix. That's the biggest difference between the games. I mean, it's the trench play ultimately.
And watch
it always boils down to trench play.
Bethune is down too, but Bethune is a meat and potatoes MEAC type of team. They're gonna really bring it back too, and they're recruiting.
I don't think Bethune gonna be down much. I think
Bethune was a surprise, folks, man.
last year was a warning shot for Bethune. I'm gonna just say that.
Hey guys, can we answer a question in the chat? Mr. Banks, he said, y'all really think the CAA is head over heels better than the MEAC? Interesting. I don't think anybody said that, but just from watching both leagues all these years and paying, the CAA is better. Like, I mean, the CAA is better. Clearly. Now, every now and then the MEAC can win and be competitive as we saw Morgan State do. But week in, week out, from what I've seen, you just watch a MEAC game, watch a CAA game, the teams are better. And the thing that really shines to me is every week there is a quarterback that will light you up.
Yep.
There will be no point, and they will hit all 3 levels of the field. Yep. They will convert on 3rd and 8. He ain't gonna throw it into the dirt if the guy's wide open, right? Which, like, we're seeing some of the MEAC quarterbacks that we used to be in, like the guys like 5'10", 180, running with the uniform too big. That you're not seeing that in the CAA. That's the difference. To me, the quarterback play and the guys are slightly bigger.
Yeah.
The best MEAC team will finish 3rd in the CAA and can compete, but it's just a tougher conference, man.
Yeah.
You talking about quarterback play in the CAA? You talking about everybody but North Carolina A&T, right?
And that is a fact. Look, man, it was bad, bro. I love the segue though. I love the segue.
Exactly.
It was rough, man. And we still had a chance to win a couple of those games. We would have got that quarterback play was. And that's the wild part of it all. Because we had a pretty decent run game. We were decent in the trenches on the offensive side of the ball. We just couldn't pass to save our life last year, man. I mean, we only have one returning quarterback, so to the portal.
You gotta complete that pass on 3rd and 8 in the CAA.
Yeah.
Do anything.
That's very important. Like those little quarterbacks that we make fun of, that those Dylans and those Michaels, 3rd and 8, they can do it. And the fact of the matter is, like, we'll tell you this: we actually will get transfers from other CAA schools. Wide receivers. They run like a 4.7 or 4.8 or whatever. They're not fast at all, but they're good possession guys, and they're good for 3rd and 8. That's what the CAA is known for. If the MEAC will have these guys just run drags all day, or these little wannabe fancy routes, and then you got a quarterback who can't even throw the ball. So these are just things that we see that the CAA is better than, and it's plain and simple. 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7, a 3rd and 14. It happens, especially on MEAC programs. So definitely that.
Yeah. So Dave, I do want to talk more a little bit about A&T. Before we go forward, let's go back. It's as hard as it is. Last year. Offensively,
era 2.0.
Yeah. No, we're not there yet. I'm not ready to do that to him yet, man. I've sat through. I remember that era. At least the APR is high this round. At least the APR was bad in that era, bro. Yeah. I went back and looked. It was bad. It was an 800 back then. It was bad.
You mentioned about since several of your quarterbacks left, transferred out and stuff. Offensive coordinator. Y'all got a new offensive coordinator now, right?
That is correct.
Outlook. I mean, just thoughts on the hire itself.
I'll be honest with you, man. Since we're going backwards, we're going to start there. After the Elon game, which was the third game of the season, I said the OC had to go. He had to go. Like, and it wasn't, and I think the big thing for me was just the way that it was the play calling. The play calling was horrendously bad. And I think I learned later that me saying that I wasn't the only person that was folks within the football program that said the same thing. But you just signed them, kind of got to roll with it to the point where they got other folks more involved in the offense. And the offense started looking okay. It wasn't the best, but compared to what I saw in that Elon game, it was atrociously, it was improved. And we were in a couple games here and there. But David Marsh, he's an actual offensive coordinator. I think that is a vast upgrade from what we had, because I don't think we had an offensive coordinator last year. And I think that impacted the development of the quarterbacks. Because we're talking about quarterbacks who threw for 200-300-yard games prior to him showing up. So I think that impacted the development. And I felt for those guys ultimately more than anybody else from that standpoint. Somebody like Eli Burkhandler, who could legitimately throw the ball, somebody like a Zach Yeager, who are all in other Division I programs right now. I got transferred to Division I programs right now. So it wasn't a situation where we just didn't have the talent. It was just the coaching was that the coaching on the offensive side of the ball was that bad. So I think just getting a completely different person that's more of a teacher that can develop guys is going to be a vast upgrade. And I think David Marsh is absolutely capable of that for what he did with Texas Southern last year. I know folks say his offense was a little inconsistent there, but it actually looked like an offense. It actually could do things. We really couldn't do much last year. It was bad. I watched all of those games, bro. It was bad. Most folks looked at box scores. I watched them, and I saw plenty of opportunities. Like, there were games that we legitimately could have won. We had a chance to beat Hampton. We had a chance to beat Rhode Island. We even had a chance to beat Delaware at one point during that game. So like we're able, like, trench play, we're okay on the offensive side. Defensively, trench play was a big challenge because he was trying to run a 3-4 with 235-pound defensive tackles. That ain't gonna work. So we kind of fix that. We kind of beat that up with recruiting and things of that sort. I think we're probably going to end up having a true freshman starting on the line in the middle. So we'll see how it goes, man. I ain't gonna say we're gonna win the conference, but I think we'll win more than one game this year. So we'll see what happens this year.
Optimism, man.
No, I mean, look, man. No, I mean, we'll win
one game in conference.
No, we'll win more. Yeah, we'll win a game in conference this year. I think we'll probably win 2 in conference, and we'll probably get a couple out of conference too. So like we're gonna do better this year. I'm gonna be honest with the we got a new chancellor coming. It's probably gonna get announced hopefully within the next couple weeks. I think the expectations is probably going to change once that new chancellor shows up in the room.
Don't say a win total yet. I'm gonna say
no. We good.
So because Banks is waiting on it. He been holding on to that what you said last year for a long time. So we're gonna wait on that.
Oh, Lord have mercy. How about they win a conference? How about they do that? Win the division. Win the MEAC. Right. I picked y'all last year too, and y'all disappointed me, Morgan State.
Speaking of Morgan, that's how y'all get the season started, huh, Reek?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a good match. I wish it was still up in New York the way where it was supposed to be.
Yeah, man. Can we talk about that? I was planning on going to that game, man. I was planning on driving downtown. I live in Rhode Island, so I was planning on taking a ride down to New Jersey for it. Because it was a pretty good. I went last year. It was a pretty good event when Grambling played Hampton. So can we have a discussion about that? Like what why?
What happened? What happened to Jeff?
You know what? He didn't really go into it. I mean, I think he talked about it briefly, but it was just certain things that wasn't met with. They couldn't get the venue right, and so it was just that. That was the only date they can do, so it had to be home and home series. So,
yeah.
We
should win that game, though. I mean, Morgan is tough. I like what Wilson is, right? That's the name. I mean,
Wilson.
Yeah, he's a one heck of a coach. But we should win that game. We should.
Yeah, we should definitely win that game.
The defense is legit.
Yeah.
If they don't even need like an high power offense. They just got to be a little bit better than A&T.
Yeah.
I say that for a reason, by the way, guys.
It goes back to the quarterback play, right? Like,
Can't get it. You ain't gonna find it.
Dirt, man.
I mean, you think about it though. It's like who was that quarterback that Norfolk State Reek had? Was it Pootie Carter?
Pootie or Pookie? One of them.
Yeah, Pookie Carter. Like that was the best they had. Like that was the best the MEAC had, and that boy was nothing but a glorified receiver, man. You know, so until you guys improve and until they improve that, we just ain't like it just won't be competitive that much, you know. So
yeah. But yeah, we saw Morgan, that defense is stout. It's gonna be a low scoring game. But Burris should be healthy early in the season, one of the best running backs in FCS.
Yeah.
Hopefully zealous.
Yeah.
Keeps us on schedule, doesn't do anything crazy.
Yeah, and it's another thing that we haven't talked about that the MEAC doesn't do. Tight ends. And let me tell you this is why. Like that Grambling game, you know, the first two scores we had were tight ends. And, you know, they bring a whole different dimension that I think a lot of the MEAC programs don't even think about. Like for us, we had what's the guy who was 6'7" who transferred out. Then the other tight end was 6'6", you know, and they were blocking guys and they were receiving guys. So, you know, they just presented a different challenge for the safeties and the linebackers. Whereas the majority of the tight ends for the SWAC and the MEAC, they're just blocking dudes. They basically glorified 280-pound dudes that just
converted receivers.
Yeah, converted receivers that ate too much. And, you know, they don't really, the hands aren't really there, you know, and it was evident in the Jackson State game. Remember Jackson State in Central, when the little kid dropped that little ball in the end zone, and, you know, it happens. Whereas we got two guys that should have honestly went to, I would say maybe a Akron or a Dayton, you know, and these are the kind of guys that we were snagging. So that is a huge difference that we see in the CAA that we never had in the MEAC. And it proved pivotal against Grambling, those 2 touchdowns. So.
Yep.
Because y'all started, you know, since talking about it, let's talk about personnel. Key losses. Let's start there. What was, you know, saying key losses and what did you bring in?
Okay. You want to start with that, Reed?
Yeah, just on the defense. I mean, the biggest one is Quashin Townsend. Yeah, middle linebacker. Man, he was tough. So he graduated. We lost some other defensive backs, but I think we can replace those guys.
Yeah. And who else? Didn't we leave 52?
Linebacker. We lost the whole starting linebacker core.
DeAndre Falk and Mason King. You know, and we lost the key offensive lineman, Ja'Cory Shaw. But yeah, go ahead.
The guys who were coming in at linebacker, we said it. Yeah, we said it linebacker, man. We
really didn't lose. I mean, we lost a lot, but what we got coming in, and that's the thing. It's like they want, and this what angers me more. It's like, why wouldn't y'all want to come to the MEAC? But now we in the CAA, you want to come here, and you know those guys that we brought in, we're like giddy about. Then we got the quarterback that came in. Was it Brendan Tolles?
I forget his name, but he's good.
And this kid, Lord have mercy. Like he's an electric guy, 6'1", decent arm, but could run out this world. And we just hadn't had a guy like that in a while. So, you know, we got some guys coming in. Then we got Burris coming back. We got Kambari Gray coming back. Then we got the offensive line that's still intact. Those bookend 6'8" tackles, plus the guards and the center. Those are some big boys. And we haven't had an offensive line look like that. Not even in the Taylor years. So, you know, personnel-wise, we nice.
We did the receiver. What was the little guy we lost?
Copeland. Yeah, we lost Copeland. He was a good return guy, a good slot guy. You know, Hampton always keeps a guy like that. But we just received a guy in the portal too.
Yeah, a former, I think he's either 3 or 4 star.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, hopefully he's nice like him, but you know.
Yeah.
But,
you know, one other guy that came back, he may have been one of those guys in the portal, unsung hero who's really good, which is number 25, Jordan White.
Oh,
he transferred from James Madison. Man,
yes.
I think he's got some pro potential, and he jumped in the portal. Yeah. But after the coaching change, he came back.
And what does that say when the head man is gone? He jumped before the head man bounced, but when he found out he gone, he was like, he came right back. So, you know, so it says a lot, you know. It's just like,
yeah,
you know, because I deal with in education, you know, it's like if you're dealing with a teacher that doesn't understand pedagogical issues or how to properly, you know, teach a child, then, you know, the kids are not being properly nourished. So maybe that is the situation that Hampton had. The kids weren't, the players weren't being properly coached by the head coach. And once they found out that he left, then they were like, oh, well, we got a shot with someone else.
Yeah, the biggest hole we got that hasn't been filled is like a dynamic pass rusher.
Yeah.
So that's what we're missing. That's what's going to hurt us this year.
And you know the interesting part about
that's not good, man.
No, that's terrible.
It hurt us last year too.
and the wild part is that's the coach's specialty. You know, he was a defensive end at Hampton, and he used to coach the defensive line at Cincinnati and at East Carolina when he was the defensive line coach and the de facto D coordinator. That was his specialty, and we haven't had one in a while. So, I mean, that just says like your strength wasn't really a strength on the defense. Yeah. So, yeah.
So, Dave, I know you talked about the quarterback position kind of having turnover. What about the rest of the roster?
Offensive line, we lost Tariq Stewart and Lawrence LeGrone. I mean, they graduated, but I think we recruited some young guys coming into the last year, and we had some more guys this year. So I think we're gonna be okay. But those are still 2 big holes to fill. Like we talked about the quarterbacks, we had 4 quarterbacks. 3 out of the 4 quarterbacks transferred out. But the one that we definitely had to keep was Kevin White, who's going to be a superstar. So I think Kevin White showed some promise last year when he did play. I think the big key to him is make sure that he stays healthy and get better. But ultimately, I think from a stat, there was concerns about Karan Prunty going into the portal. He made a decision to come back. He's pretty much the best corner we had, so he's coming back with Aaron Harris. So I think in the secondary we're gonna be okay. I think defensive line we needed to have some turnover there, and we definitely got some of that, and we got some bigger, beefier players at the defensive line spot because I know they want to try to run a 3-4. So overall, I think we're gonna be more competitive this year. We'll see if it comes to wins, but ultimately defensively struggled because of how bad we were offensively. So I think scheme-wise, I think we were okay. It's just our offense was so atrocious that, you know, the defense never got a chance to rest. So I think if we can sustain some drives, I think we got some shots to be more competitive than we were last year, considering the circumstances. So I think, you know, I'm trying to be optimistic, but I don't expect a turnaround like Albany did in the conference last year, right? I can't. Yeah.
They turned around just because of those edge rushers, man. They changed the whole team.
Yeah, man, and they had a good quarterback too.
Yeah,
quarterback.
And Poffenberger transferred out, so we'll see what they look like this year. But my thing is like, you know, I'm not expecting A&T to have that type of turnaround. I do expect us to be more competitive, and I expect us to string a little bit more wins than one.
Dave, question about that though. I mean, what is enough to calm people down? Because, you know, over the year, I mean, I live in Durham, and I know a lot of Aggies and Eagles, man. Yo, if they could have fired him, like, I mean, there were people ready to hold him out. Like, what is it going to take to hold on to that guy, man? Like, 3 wins, is that enough?
the contract is going to keep him there another year. Let's not get the contract, bro. He's got a 6-year deal and it's pretty much fully guaranteed.
Damn.
And he's one of the high, and like I think he makes more than pretty much every SWAC coach.
Oh,
most MEAC coaches too.
Oh,
so like it's not like he's not. His contract wasn't like Sam's contract where there's a 1 year out. If we move him, we have to pay the whole contract. So he's going to get some time to get this right, because and I said this last year too. It wasn't about wins and losses either, folks. There was some things that were seen that had to get resolved.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And the beauty about not being in the MEAC or SWAC is that a lot of that stuff don't get reported. So like, A&T can go and work and fix it and deal with the questions when they come.
Yeah.
We know all about that.
For example, when the joke came out about the tryouts and the GPA requirement, and they asked him about that, and he answered why, and he pretty much said he didn't want his walk-ons straining the academic personnel that's on the team. So he wants guys that want to play, that knows how to manage their time better, because they need to focus to keep the APR up for everybody else. So there's a lot of other things that he's trying to implement to try to make sure that this team's ready. And that's why I said it was more about wins and losses. It was work. Now, don't get me wrong. It was rough and it could have been better than what it was last year.
Yeah.
But he can't have another double-digit losing season though. I can tell you that. But I don't think it's realistic to expect us getting rid of the coach unless the new chancellor makes a decision.
Yeah.
But even then, I think when you start ranking the number of things that the new chancellor's got to walk into, I think athletics might fall fifth, and that's being nice.
Hey, but we were told though, that football head coach is the second most important guy at your school.
Yeah.
So if he ain't feeling them, things can happen quicker than you think.
Very quick.
I think there's 1.4 million left on that contract even after the second year.
Y'all got money.
I'm not saying we ain't got money. I'm just saying, are they willing to spend that money on that when there's other things that need to get done?
Hey, and from what I was,
we spent it.
Some folks,
y'all have to know, man. Y'all got endowments bigger than the check that bounced in FAMU. Like there's different levels here.
Hey Dave, I heard y'all were close, man. It could be who's saying y'all were close, man. People are mad. People were mad last year.
They listen. People were mad, and they're rightly. And I was not happy either. But like my anger happened after I went to that Elon game. My anger happened during that Elon game. I flew down for that game, so my anger was I was angry after that game.
Yeah, they whipped us too, man. I was at their stadium when they beat us, so they got our numbers.
That was our first time losing to Elon in like years, because we've been playing Elon before we moved into the conference.
Yeah.
So for us, it was bad, and like that was one of our worst losses of the season. And how bad we looked offensively. I said after the game, the OC got to go, but I know he's got to hold on, but he got to go. He got to go.
Did this dude just say this is gentrification of the HBCU Hour?
Oh no, the chat's wilding out here, man.
What?
And then I see a picture of UAPB in the streets,
Man, get out of here with that. Look.
He is. I'm trying to be nice to UAPB, man, because you never know, man.
I mean,
I got my daughters out here trying to go to college, man. I try to keep it open season for everybody for now.
I mean, we did what we did. We had to go. We had to lead the MEAC. We did what we did, So.
Yeah. Hey, but I do have a question for both of y'all. Dave, you could probably take this first.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
It's about the CAA. We've seen a lot of teams, oops, there goes the neighborhood, and they, get out of there one way or the other, or they're trying to move up to different conferences and stuff. Since joining, I think I can count 3-4 teams have left the CAA, or am I over exaggerating? Two. Okay.
Delaware and Richmond is
2, and they're both in the conference this year, but 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now Delaware has been talking about going to FBS for a while. They got a $50 million athletic budget. Their athletic budget is like higher than pretty much most of the FCS programs.
Yeah.
Right. So I wasn't shocked by Delaware. Richmond, Look, man, if you want to be with your party, you want to be with your party, bro. But yeah, but Richmond is a football only institution, so they didn't get a vote into whether or not Hampton and NC could get in anyway, because they're not a full time member of the CAA. They only do football. So if you become a full time member of the conference, you don't have to get voted into football. You pretty much can just opt in. So now, but you know, I think the Bryant edition was the last straw for them. Like, because the thing is, the Bryant edition was more about the teams up north, like Maine, because Maine, another football only institution, New Hampshire, another football only institution. They were all crying about some of the travel. So Bryant, Rhode Island too, another football only institution. They all were crying about the travel situation. So they added Bryant as like, all right, this will help you out. Smithfield, Rhode Island. I know where Bryant's at. I live up here. But somebody like, I can get why Richmond would feel a way about that. I mean, I'm pretty sure we had a factor too, but I think when you started looking at the number of teams that they were adding, they probably felt like, all right, we'll just head to the Patriots League. And I also think it might be a cost. There might be a cost cutting measure too, guys. Like, let's not be foolish in this situation here. Like, they're seeing the same landscape that we're seeing when it comes to what it's going to cost. And if the leadership, and that's why it always matters about what your leadership thinks about athletics. Because if your leadership doesn't feel like it's worth spending that money, they're going to make the appropriate moves to not have to spend that money. Because you're not going to look at me in a straight face and tell me that the Patriot League is more competitive than the CAA. Yep. You can't even say they're more competitive than the MEAC.
Nope.
Or the SWAC. Because they're not.
Say it.
They're not. They got one team. They got Holy Cross to be out here occasionally making appearances. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, no. JMU was already gone before we got there. Coach
Have you
Green.
seen JMU Stadium, Otto Green? I mean, that's a real FBS stadium. So
and everybody's talking about the other two teams that's talking about making the move. Villanova, once again, another football only school.
Thank you.
Listen, man. Look, man. I'll never forget when I first moved to Rhode Island. The first place I had in Rhode Island, I walked up into my apartment, and this guy walked out here and was like, "You staying here?" And I'm like, "Yep." "You staying right here?" And I'm like, "Yep." "Well, you know it's quiet around here." I was like, "That's great. I like quiet. I like peace. I'm a fan of peace." And 1 month later, he moved out. That ain't my problem. That's his problem. So pack your stuff and go. I'm not losing no sleep over what you decide to do.
That neighbor who said, "You staying here?" I mean, by the draw, it just sounds like uneducated.
Oh, yeah. And this is the Northeast guys. Yeah. Like, it ain't just, you know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't even a Southern thing. This is Northeast, man. So, like, it's not, it is what it is.
Yeah. I think us coming to the CAA accelerated or pushed some people to make moves perhaps quicker than they wanted to. But we definitely had an impact on people wanting to stay. And, you know, my thoughts and guts, you know, from talking to folks is like, this ain't it. There's more. There's a lot more changes to come. And where we're going to be a couple years from now, it ain't going to look like this.
Yeah.
I don't know where, but even with all these settlements coming, you see all the NCAA, the settlements coming, and how much, I mean, man, this is going to be a different ball game in a couple of years. So,
no, I mean, I think for us, it's like, you know, at first, you know, Delaware, we knew Delaware was going. JMU, we knew they were going. Villanova, we knew they were going. Richmond kind of felt like a MAGA dude, you know, you moving in the MAGA dude's neighborhood, and he's
I mean, you gotta feel a way to make the decision that, yo, I don't like y'all so much that we're gonna go to a league that's way more inferior than what the heck we're in.
Yeah, and it's called the Patriot League. So, you know, go with your people. I mean,
when we changed it to Coastal, man, it changed everything. It changed the whole perspective on everything. They were like, "Oh, nah, it ain't Colonial. We gotta pack this thing up, man. We gotta."
The CAA is getting woke.
And thank you. I hear no. And this is the funny part. It's a funny part. Hampton and North Carolina A&T are the Mitt Romneys of like the HBCU culture. You know, we're like we're the old brand. We're the old Republican brand of HBCUs. You know, trust me, we are the I'm not going to say that word, but the COONS of the HBCU.
That's what I'm not owning that one. I'm gonna be clear. I'm not owning that.
We get it all the time. The HBCU, like, oh man, Hampton, that bourgeoisie, we get all that. But at the same time, it's like, Richmond seeing, Hampton come in with their all this, A&T come in with all of this, and they want to be with their people with the camouflage hats and the long little shotgun racks. Go right ahead, and we beat you too. So, it's like, go ahead, go on over there, be with your folks.
I just think it's always fascinating because when you think about somebody like a Tennessee State who hasn't been in the HBCU conference since the 40s.
Well, Tennessee State's I feel like they're being held hostage anyway. So, they can't.
Nah. I think it's some of it's on them. I mean,
Tennessee State doing it to themselves.
They make their own calls. But my point is, like they ain't been in the HBCU conference since since some folks' parents weren't born. Like, we're talking a long time. We're pushing close to 80 years at this point.
True.
So, like, we're not, you know what I'm saying? We talk about them being in the OVC, but, like, they ain't really been in the Black Conference in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, long time. So, it's I just find it fascinating about that side of the fence. But a lot of folks are still trying to get them to move to one of the two. We'll see.
Yeah. And who's it? AJ now talking about Republican brand of the MEAC. Yeah. I mean,
y'all diabolical. Folks got to remember why the MEAC started too.
Yeah, y'all forget Dr. Harvey's best friend was George Bush. So yeah, so at the end of the day, shoe fits.
Trust me, my daughter, we went to tour Hampton, and like at the end of the tour, we were walking by that area where you had all the statues.
Oh,
because Harvey statues is everywhere. Oh. So then we started walking down the area, and I'm like, all right, we rocking over here. And then we saw H.W. Bush, and I was like, oh.
I give you a challenge though, right? Go look on Hampton's website, social media, find mention of Harvey anywhere.
Oh, I know it's probably gone now.
No.
But let me tell you what, your campus is Harvey Incorporated. Harvey is everywhere on that yard, bro. The street to turn on the yard. There was multiple statues of that man. I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
We're kidding about, like, I'm walking around, like, I'm hearing it. So this is my first time at the campus. I'm just walking around. My daughter's like, she's a teenager, man. She ain't got all that history into it. So she's just walking around just trying to enjoy the campus, right? But then when she saw HW, even she could laugh. She had to laugh. She knew who it was. She saw Obama, she saw HW, and I'm like, oh.
Y'all know the president of Hampton, when he look out the window, it's a statue of Harvey staring at him in the face. That is the most petty thing ever, man. He look out the window, Harvey pointing at him like that.
Hey Dave, let me ask you, Pooh Bear, I know you might. It's your show. I just had a question.
Oh no, go ahead.
I'm looking at y'all's schedule, and what of 1, 2, 3? The first 6 games are kind of tough. Like, what would be a good start?
Oh, hold on. We going there, Reek. You going there? I'm glad you brought that up because this is the part of the show where I want to start talking some wins and losses here. Dave, I don't know if you want to. And he was asking you, first 6 games. Do you want to go down the schedule, or do you want to just say, I think we can win?
We can go down the schedule, man.
All right.
Look, if I got to do it with the Carolina Panthers, they went 2-15. I think I could do it with this. It'll be all right.
All right. Give me let me pull up the.
Ooh, I'm looking at the schedule. Oh no. Ooh.
You talking about hours? Oh, it's bad. Oh, it's bad.
All right. So I know. Hold on. Let me just go ahead and do this. Markham Banks, if you're watching, it's 55:03 on the time clock. Go ahead. And...
I cannot with you. He's still here. We going down the schedule. It's fine.
All right. So here we go. Y'all open up with Wake Forest.
That's a fade. That's
Then y'all have Winston-Salem.
Oh, that's an easy one.
Y'all might lose that one.
No,
if we lose, listen, I'm gonna keep it about with you. If we lose Winston-Salem State, we gonna have to find the money. we gonna have to find the money. we gonna have to figure out how we're gonna figure this money out.
And we gonna go ahead and start it up early this year. We're gonna see if they're gonna be the fighting Stephen Gaithers or the fighting Stephen A. Smiths. We're gonna have to figure out which one.
Listen, man, they're already talking about how they're gonna win the band battle, which is another travesty in itself.
Ooh.
I mean, they got a shot. They got a shot with the cheerleaders, though. I ain't gonna hold you. I mean, Powerhouse is Powerhouse. I'll give them that. But the band, I ain't worried about the band one.
All right. Then you got Delaware.
That's gonna be a tough one, man. Like we played them tough during their homecoming last year, but you know they're about to go to FBS. It's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah,
I don't think we're gonna win that one.
All right. Then you go to North Carolina Central.
All right, we gotta restore order.
All right.
This is the year that we restore order.
I'll give you this one.
And the thing is, like, I mean, they got Davis ain't there no more.
Yeah.
By then, I'll not like right now. I think we could probably pull it. If things look bad between Wake Forest and Delaware, I might be changing my tune a bit, but I refuse to in front of that other guy. So, so you know, we're gonna beat those guys in Durham, man. We own one.
All right, so hold on. Let me look back at this schedule, make sure I got count. So that's 2.
That's 2.
Okay. All right, South Carolina State.
We'll beat them in Orangeburg.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be 3. We've beat them 7 straight times, man. So
okay,
that'll be 3.
Richmond. No. All right. Then we got G-Ho. Y'all return the favor. Y'all host Hampton for homecoming this year.
Let's be honest.
We're gonna beat y'all. We're gonna have to look, man. We should have beat y'all last year, man. We were a fumble for beating y'all last year. We're gonna beat y'all this year, man.
All right.
So, listen, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a fan of playing HBCU at our homecoming because I think that's a bad business decision.
Why?
Because your homecoming game is gonna sell out regardless who you play. I could play anybody. I could play Campbell. I could play Townsend. I could play anybody on that date, and that place is going to be packed because we're the attraction.
I get what he's saying. He's saying, yeah,
we can play y'all at another home game, and we'll have another. That's a revenue hit, from my opinion. Like from a business standpoint, doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
All right. Then you go to Campbell.
I like the new coach they got over there, man. That's a fade. We're not gonna win that one.
All right. Then it's William and Mary. Welcome them in.
Welcome back, Vincent Brown to William and Mary.
Yeah.
Nah.
All right. Then you go to Villanova.
Nah. We got a rough schedule, man. I ain't doubting it.
You go to Townsend.
That's a win. That could be.
We can probably pull that one. I think we got a chance to pull that one.
All right, and then you have Elon.
Elon's at home.
At home, last game.
They lost a lot of folks this year, man. Ah, man.
After losing to Townsend, y'all ain't beating Elon at home. The kid's ready to go.
If we pull Townsend, we're not beating Elon at home. You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it'll probably be 4 to 5 wins. I said 5. That's 5.
Yeah, that's 5 wins.
That's improvement, though.
That'd be good. That'd be a good
major improvement.
That's improvement.
Yeah, I mean, 2-10 ain't gonna be acceptable, bro. Like we can't. Like we should be able to beat Winston because they're Division II, right? We only won one Division I game last year. We can't go 2-10.
I mean, that's vast improvement. Y'all are almost
2-10 ain't enough. 2-10 ain't enough.
Y'all almost on Dion levels like that, doing it like that.
Nah, 2-10 ain't gonna be enough, bro.
All
I mean, 4 to 5. I'm cool.
Going back to what you said about the not playing HBCUs at homecoming, like when we played, I think we played a couple of non-HBCUs a couple years, and just watching them walk through the tailgate, it was like, okay.
Oh yeah,
I didn't like that. I
will say this about last year. We played Townsend, and like Townsend probably got more black folks than Morgan State. Like Townsend, and he ain't gonna refute it either. I see you in there, Banks, because Townsend's a big dude. Townsend's a big school. Like I don't think folks realize how large Townsend is.
It is.
Yeah, Townsend's a big school, and 25% of their student body is African American.
And the only issue I have with that is like they try to turn it into like a HBC thing. No, this ain't an HBCU thing. Don't act like it is, you know. So
all right, yo, post up that Linen Blow comment.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, man. We played Townsend last year. It's sold out. We played Monmouth. We played Campbell the year before that. It's sold out. The year before that, we played Monmouth. It's sold out. Right after a pandemic. It sells out regardless of who we play. That's a bad business decision. I know some of you guys don't understand what this is a business too. That is a bad business decision.
Hey, Dave, you know what I was told? I think A&T and Hampton got different fan bases, but I was told that the Hampton fans would have still come, but it was a different atmosphere when it was another HBCU. They felt
no. I get that part too. There was a whole guy that wrote an article about it on the News and Record in Greensboro.
Yeah,
they wrote a whole article about it. But then when you have somebody, when we play a team like a Edward Waters, and they tell me that the people are going to come, they bring the band, and it was one of the lowest attended games of that year.
Yeah.
So you can't come to me and tell me what the problem is, and I have data to refute what you're telling me. It doesn't make any sense. You know what the highest attended game that Morgan State had last year? And they didn't have a homecoming last year. You know what game it was?
Who?
Townsend. Townsend. The Battle of Greater Baltimore. Townsend. Not none of the MEAC schools.
Thank you.
I'm just trying to let you guys that's what I say is a business. When you wonder why A&T has almost $1.5 million in ticket sales in football,
speak on it.
Most of the HBCUs don't.
Speak on it.
Like, you got to understand the business aspect of this. We're not going to have an issue. We went 1-10 last year. We had consecutive seasons of losing of non-winning seasons in the early 2000s. We had no problem selling out homecoming. We had no problem selling out tickets. Our tents were still larger than most of y'all's.
Speak on it.
So like we're the brand. So I think you guys need to understand that.
Delaware State ain't traveling.
They're not
traveling.
Morgan ain't either.
Yeah, so I get it. So I'm trying to think. Maybe it was. I can't even think it was last year. It was a year that Alabama State played Jackson State as their homecoming. And people said that was stupid because, you know, if you could have played anybody so you could have homecoming and then Jackson State's going to bring a draw.
Yep.
It's the same situation. I understood why Alabama State had it then because it was because of they were trying to not have homecoming and then Magic City Classic like weekend after weekend, so they were trying to space it out. I understood the situation there, but as you stated, it's a business decision. You know, you could have another HBCU make that same money and then go from there. But yeah, I get it.
And I mean, and that's the thing, right? And it's like, well, you're not playing enough HBCUs. Yeah, we do. Like when they made it ain't like we just made the decision in a vacuum to leave. Like we took everything into account. Like we took everything into account. Like Elon, the game against Elon was drawing higher than when we played Morgan State or Delaware State. When we played Elon every year, that drew higher than those two. So when we see those things and we hear what you're saying, we're like, but guys, it's a business too.
Yeah, that's what
you say that's what you want. You gotta feel the fans too.
Yep.
So I look at I hear you, but I'm like the green, man, the green. You know. I mean, we ain't got the largest athletic budget, but you know, we do all right. We make money. We're in the black. We're not losing money.
That's saying something these days, though.
We ain't losing money. Like I we did not lose money when we were in the Big South. We haven't lost money yet when we're in the CAA.
Well,
we only have one play around when we do a game, fellas. Most of them are bus trips.
Where did we lose money?
Me at. I'm just trying to let y'all know. Like the Celebration Bowl does help. Like it because that is a payday for the schools when they go.
But who do we?
And we benefited from that because we went a lot. But Before that, there was no
Share the money
celebration
though,
bowl,
right?
huh?
You gotta share the money though, right?
Yeah, but we get a piece of the pie than the rest of the conferences.
Ain't
The
true.
rest of the teams in the conference.
Hey Jeff, what were we told about that Flow Sports deal?
So basically, Flow Sports deal, we get what, a percentage of what viewership, correct?
Yeah.
And we also, and this is the funny part, we actually get more viewers for the games that just as much as ticket sales. So our viewership has increased exponentially based upon the teams that we play. Yeah, we're playing Monmouth, but Monmouth people actually watch the games. Morgan State ain't watching the games. Delaware State and Dover ain't watching us play at Armstrong. So that money increases. So these are just minor things that happen at the CAA that everybody is like, well, you know, it's like, you know, we actually get more revenue based upon viewership. And we get more viewership based upon some of the programs that we play. So let it go.
All right. Reed.
You ain't gonna ask them how many wins they're gonna get, man. Y'all
That's
beat us?
where I'm going.
Oh,
That's
you
where I'm
getting there?
going.
All right, now it's just
I got the schedule pulled up. Look, Dave, don't let Banks work you up, get you worked up.
Look, man, I deal with Banks on a weekly basis. Actually, damn near on a daily basis at this point. But that's a whole different discussion for a different day.
All right, Reed, Jeff, let's go. We got opening up. You got Morgan State.
So it's a win.
Oh,
Hey, Banks, how you feel about that, man? How you feeling about that, Banks?
Man, Morgan State, man. If we can't be Morgan State at home.
Yeah,
it is an Armstrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He said this is egregious. All right, Virginia Union.
A tough win.
Bruh. That's the wrong answer.
Stop. Do you know why it's a tough win? You know they beat us 2 years ago, right? 2 or 3 years ago, right? You know why we lost that game, right? That's Joe Taylor. Joe Taylor is there. And you remember Joe Taylor hired a Joe Taylor clone as a coach. And he coached against Robert Prunty. And Prunty, you know, took the bait and lost.
He crapped the bed.
Tough win for us.
All right.
It's been a while since we lost the Division II program, man.
Yeah, that was, and we were in the big. This is how bad it was. We were in the big South. And we got embarrassed. So yeah, a tough win.
All right, Battle of the Bay, Norfolk State.
Win.
Y'all better win that one. Y'all shouldn't have lost last year.
Yeah, so we had like 25 players suspended for academics or whatever for that game.
Yeah, we had players. They were just sitting on the sidelines. That was probably the worst. Like just seeing players in black HU shirts just sitting on the sideline, and the coach said, "I don't know what that was about."
Yeah, that's what he said. I don't know. Talk somebody else.
But you know what it was about? I don't know. He went on.
You don't know.
That's what he said, and that's how he said it too. I don't know
what it was about. Of course, you know.
All right. Do y'all keep the real HU title?
Easy.
Oh, yeah.
Easy.
They graduated everybody. They done. Last year was a year to beat us. Last year was a year. They lost it. Win.
I will say this. Erica would lose her mind if they lose to y'all again.
Yeah.
Lose her mind, I tell you.
Yeah.
All right. William and Mary.
That's a loss.
Ooh.
Okay.
We ain't never beat them ever. So I mean, next year we ain't going.
All right. Rhode Island.
That's a winnable game for y'all, man. I'm still mad about that. I was at that game. I'm still mad about what happened to us last year in that game.
You know what?
Y'all could beat them. Y'all could beat them boys.
I would say.
Is it at Rhode Island or is it home?
It's at home.
Oh yeah, y'all
but
beat them
we're
boys.
probably gonna get beat bad by William and Mary. That is gonna affect us. We'll probably lose that game too.
That's wild, man. I think y'all could beat them. I think y'all could beat Rhode Island.
No, we can beat them, but William and Mary,
it's at home.
William and Mary saves a lot just to beat us.
Yeah.
There was a lot of hype for Rhode Island last year. I don't know if they're gonna get the same type of hype this year. I think y'all be able to beat them.
Yeah, I think we could beat them. I'll say it on that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna say L, but go ahead.
All right. At A&T for that homecoming.
Y'all not beating us in Greensboro, man.
We winning that game.
We owe. Look, it's overdue. We owe y'all one. I'm still mad about what happened last year.
Lee Fives 2.0. Same thing.
Fam.
I don't. Lee Fives 2.0. He came in here thinking that y'all head coach came in here thinking that, oh man, I can do this. I can do this. And then
Lee Fives was a whole different y'all should go back and look up the history of the Lee Fives era at A&T, man. And you'll get an understanding of how when you go 1-10 last year, you're not as flustered as you would be.
All right.
Let me tell you, it was bad. And you know who was on one of the coaching staffs during that era? South Carolina State's coach was on the team that Alonzo Lee was the head coach. He was the offensive coordinator for when we went 1-10 the last time we went 1-10.
Oh wow!
So Chennis Berry was the OC for that team.
Stop.
So, and I think Chennis has changed a lot over that time, but it's just more of a history lesson for you guys how far you can go.
Hey, I just want to say, both y'all predicted that win. So, as they say in space, somebody lying on the book.
That means he lying. He lying, man. Look, man, I compete in the World Series of Space. I know I ain't lying. We good. We in there. We Gucci.
Look, right. we have an established quarterback. Y'all don't. So
we do. We got Kevin White. We good. We Gucci. We got a quarterback. We good.
Okay, I'll say this. Like, I know we got to move on. I'm saying this like
you good.
With all my heart and everything that I know about football and seeing. I am really worried about your Aggies, Dave. Like, for real. Like, I want y'all to win and do well, but I really got some concerns about the program. So because of that, I think we're going to win.
Okie doke. All right.
Look, man, I expect them to expect Hampton to win. I'm still furious about what happened last season. We absolutely had y'all out of here in homecoming, bro. We had y'all out of here.
That's true.
Yeah.
Out of here, man.
Y'all gonna be Elon at the NT?
Yeah, that's the homecoming.
Hey, I was at that Elon game and they whooped us. I mean, it was bad. The fans, because we traveled well to that game, boy, you thought they would have gonna carry Prunty out of there. I don't know. I'm worried, but you said they're rebuilding, so if they are, we got a chance. But if it's that same team that did this last year,
that's your homecoming though. Y'all gotta win homecoming.
Gotta win your homecoming.
I mean, the thing is, Prunty is not there, so I mean, I'm gonna give Boykin, the X's and O's. Hopefully, he has some of that acumen. The old coach was just a straight.
All right.
Wait, so W? Okay, yeah, we'll take that.
You gonna get okay? You gonna take the W? All right.
Yeah.
All right. The next game you got Villanova at home.
That's an L.
All right. Next up, you go to Townsend.
That's gonna be tough, man.
Y'all just gave
and by this time no coaches are starting to look,
they like, man, look. And what's so funny about Hampton is when people stop talking, that's when it get quiet, that's when the coaches know, like, oh man, it's a wrap. Because Hampton, like, when it seemed like at A&T, coaches, fans get loud. Hampton get quiet. Mm-hmm. Hampton be like, well, look, how much is that contract? How much we start quietly talking about how much we can pay him out. So that's when it start getting quiet now. Folks ain't calling. Folks ain't congratulating. He walking campus, ain't nobody saying nothing to him. So that's when it starts happening. The AD ain't coming around. So yeah, that's what's happening.
That's an L. Okay, I could take that.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, Prunty's gone now, right? So if it's going to be this rough, that means my guy ain't got a shot to keep this job. If it's going to be this bad,
real talk. I want him to keep the job because Hampton always hires from within. Steve Murphy came from within. A lot of those guys came from within. I would love to see that underdog story. Trust me, I do. Because that's a dude we plucked from the inside and got him out. We don't want to just have to go out from the street and get someone. Yeah.
All right. Who just said that was Townsend? Richmond.
Nah, Richmond.
they're gonna see their way out. It sounds like.
Yeah. Richmond, man. First of all, Richmond gonna come in here and be like, they're gonna be mad about the last beatdown they took from us. So they're gonna be ready.
Yeah. And last, on the road at Albany.
Y'all in that cold weather up in Albany, New York.
You know,
right before the winter break, Thanksgiving.
Them kids
It's cold up there, bro.
Yeah, they like.
Yeah, it might be snowing. It's gonna be the first time some of the Virginia boys.
Yeah, the coach is probably in the locker room before the game, like, "Hey man, just make it respectable, dog. I need to write this on my resume. If this is my last game, I need to make sure that point. So make me look good coming out of here, dog."
Hey, Pooh Bear, what's that? How many wins is that? I don't know.
That's 6. That's 6.
That's enough to keep him for next year, though.
Nope.
You think that's enough to keep him?
Nope.
Nah, probably not.
Okay, nah.
Because I mean, if you think about it, we like our new AD done clean. I'm talking about he.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, he has. I don't know if y'all changed y'all coaches more than us, but y'all changed the teams because we got a new softball coach, basketball coach, and a new football coach since all this movement been happening.
We got 2 new basketball coaches
and a track coach, but that was because the guy left.
Yeah, so no, everybody gone.
Yep, everybody gone.
So, I mean, but honestly, 6 wins.
Y'all won 5 last year, right?
So what?
Y'all won 5 last year, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's 1 game improvement over last year.
Yeah, I mean, I think but the fans would get restless. You know, like, man, what we doing? But
you know what though? You know what's worse than restless is apathy, right?
Yeah.
So if he put in just a average season in the CAA, they gonna cut it.
It was the beat downs. It's like it's like a lot of our fans hated them beat downs, like by them PWIs that were embarrassing. You know, that's what it was more.
Yeah, like I will say, man, we lost 10 times last year, and none of them were as bad as the ones I was seeing y'all were getting, bro.
Dave, which one? When did it start being numb?
Elon was the moment where I was legitimately concerned that we were gonna go winless.
Yeah.
Like when we lost to the school down in Durham, I was like, all right, you know, we just couldn't do it offensively in the second half because we were in it in the first half. But then I went to that Elon game the following week, and I was like, oh yeah, this could get bad fast. If we don't beat Norfolk next week, we going winless. That's exactly. And I said that on HBCU night. I was like, if we don't beat Norfolk next week, we can legitimately go winless.
Yeah.
And then there will be some questions.
Yeah.
Because even if you end up going 0-11 and they're all close, it's still 0-11.
Yeah.
It's still bad. Just like it's 1-10. It's still bad.
That just sounds crazy to hear, Dave. You said we lost 10 times last year. That just sounds crazy.
It's insane, bro. And the thing is, like, and I think because of the decision to remove Coach Washington, that became the whole focal point, right? Because if Coach Washington would have went 1-10, I think he would have gotten way more grace than what Coach Brown got.
Yeah, because he had skins on the wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I get it, but I think you know, when you consider everything that happened with everything else that was going on within the program, when you think about it now, you shouldn't be shocked about what occurred. But at the same time, there were some decisions that were made from the coaching staff that kind of put a dent on what was our chances of winning some of those football games. And then when you finally figure that out, then you got things where you got running backs fumbling on the final drive. That happened 3 times to us last year, including against Hampton.
Yeah.
And Rhode Island. Yeah. Like it's so and even Townsend, that pretty much we lost by 10, but that pretty much ended our chances to win homecoming. Mm-hmm. So when you see those things happen, when you finally figure things out, and then now it comes down to some of the players just making mistakes, that happens. Mm-hmm. It was just rough, just a rough year all around. So, you know, clean up the mistakes, get a couple wins in there at some point. I mean, I don't expect us to win the conference. We're not there yet.
Yeah,
I'm realistic about that.
Yeah.
But I expect it to be more competitive than what we were last year.
Definitely more competitive. And another thing is, like, we're starting to get players, you know, that are really, really committing to our program that that I would say that we never got before. So,
oh yeah, we got some pretty good talent that's coming down the pike that we wouldn't have had a chance of getting.
Never had a chance to get. And that's the thing that I wanted for these commenters. Like, we're getting these guys. We just got to coach them up. So, and we're getting these guys. Another thing is that our athletic department is now having to improve things. So it's like we have what is that new program that they got? That's athletic performance program or something like that.
Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff like that.
Oh, it's we call this stuff that I call it like frou-frou stuff. Like a nutritional program. Freaking giving kids like smoothies during the day. I'm like, what HBCU do this? Or what? Who does this? I mean, I know this is normal for a lot of these FBS programs, but things like this, it's like you got to kind of do it now because the kids expect it.
Yep. You compete with schools who give that out on the norm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. And the thing is, man, and I tell folks all the time, y'all should look up the contract that the A&T coach got.
Mm-hmm.
It's night and day from what the previous coach had.
Thank you.
There's different expectations within that contract. Like there's outs for him if certain things aren't met by the athletic department.
Exactly.
Like he has outs. He has outs if certain things are met, like certain practice facilities, certain nutrition programs. Like there's certain things that's got to hit certain baselines that he could walk away.
Yeah.
At any point.
No.
So it's just there's a lot. There's wins and losses involved, but the thing is, he gets a pretty decent bonus for APR. Like it's things like that are in that contract because of the different expectations of the conference. But we'll
I'm looking at Hampton's schedule, and like the game that worries me the most is the Villanova game.
Oh yeah.
Let's swap schedules, bro. Let's swap schedules.
No, we had that schedule last year, I think, man. We're good, but
we had a rough one last year too. Why can't we get Stony Brook on the schedule or something? We'll fly out to New York. Like, why can't we get Stony Brook on the schedule?
Besides Wake Forest, like, what's your roughest game? That Villanova one, because I mean, those guys are.
We gotta play Villanova and Richmond and Delaware.
Yeah.
We're gonna play all three of them. We playing all three playoff teams.
Yeah, dog, man.
And then we're playing Campbell. We're playing Campbell, who some will say got a better coach than what they had with Mike Minter last year.
Yeah, Minter was a good coach.
So
he was just Minter was a Prunty clone. Him and Prunty were the same thing.
I will say, but the thing is, it's going to be interesting too because their offense coordinator ended up at Prairie View.
Ooh,
yeah.
How did Minter get those boys to Bowie's Creek?
Bro, I interviewed him, and I will say, man, if the internet is any indication. If then there's any indication of Bowie's Creek, I have no idea how he got them kids there.
Yeah,
but the thing I will say about Mike Minter is that he's a Panthers legend.
Okay.
They love him.
All right.
In Carolina. They love him.
Yo.
So that alone will probably get more cachet than folks realize.
Yeah.
When I'm driving, because I try and go to those games with Hamptons here, and I'm driving through, and I'm just driving through Trump country. I'm like, how is he getting these boys to this place, man?
Bruh.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Mm.
Even though Hodge wanted to go to A&T.
Really?
Hodge wanted to go to A&T, but the coaching staff at the time didn't recruit him.
Stop it.
Didn't want him.
Stop.
Trust me. That's why like whenever we played, when we finally got into the Big South and we started playing them, he was like, I want to make sure I take care of these boys. Even though first time it didn't work out so well for him.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What you got, Pooh Bear?
All right, before we get ready to wrap up here, I'm gonna ask this question. Dave, success for A&T is
you can't afford to have double-digit losses. You gotta be competitive in all these games. We can't sit through another one win season, 2 wins. We can't have 10 losses this year. We cannot. Because then we're gonna be having a whole comparison to League Fives and other stuff.
Success is 9 losses, is what you're saying.
Nah, I mean it's bad, bro. Like I think we gotta show more. Like, dude, our returning quarterback only threw 500 yards last season.
Yeah.
Like I mean, these are the numbers that are there, right? Like I'm not making this up. Like he threw for like 507, I think that's what the number was. He threw for over like a little over 500 yards last season. Like you cannot afford to have an offensive structure like that. I expect us to improve. I expect us to improve defensively because we have a defensive-minded coach, so that's his bread and butter. And I like both coordinators that we currently have, so I expect improvements on both ends of the spectrum. I just don't have the expectations of us winning the conference. And I know Jay White's out here talking about Alabama A&M. I know they don't understand what it takes to win a conference for a full season because it's been a very long time since they've done that. But we ain't gonna be waiting that long for that. But it just ain't gonna be this year.
Alabama A&M. You mean Connell Maynard and them?
Well, I mean, look, man. He on the hot seat, and I've had that discussion point.
Joe.
I mean, he was here at Hampton.
Yeah, he should be. He should be.
As he should be.
Should be.
All right, Jeff.
He was a finalist for the head coaching job at A&T.
Successful season in Hampton is what?
You want to start, Reed?
I'll let you go. I'll let you go, and I'll give mine. We probably agree, but I'll let you go.
So we went 5-6 last year, and that's what I would say a loaded team. I mean, if you even improve on it and go 6-5, you know, that is a success. But I would say, yeah, it's a success. Honestly, it's like you think about it, we got an intern coach. 6-5, I'll take it.
6-6, 12 games. Unless y'all only playing 11 games this year.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Was it 6?
That's why I said we can't. 2-10 ain't gonna be enough.
Yeah, 6.
We can't have double-digit losses.
Yeah, I'll take 6-6. That means that we're doing something. So
That's improvement still.
But no blowouts like Monmouth. Like we lost to Monmouth 61-10.
Yeah, dog. We ain't lose no games like that. We ain't lose that against UAB.
Yeah, I'm talking about they beat us like we stole something.
Y'all had some rough games, man. Y'all lost pretty bad against Delaware too.
Oh, exactly, 47-3.
We weren't.
This was at home, but this goes to, I would say, coaching. It's just like you don't let your babies get beat up like that, man.
If you're ever feeling bad about your life, you need to pick me up. Just go listen to Hampton coach on the press conferences after those losses. Just
stop, bro.
Just go.
We don't want them calling us no more, man. We don't want them calling us no more.
Reek, what you say? Successful season for y'all.
We gotta be in the playoff hunt. Like with the last 3 weeks to go, we gotta be in the hunt for a playoff spot. If not, then I think we need to start over.
And plus, I mean, it'll be enough to get out of what we got with Boykin, So I mean, yeah.
So that could be 6-6, 7-5. I mean, that means we got to win all our games against. We got 5 HBCUs. We got.
Y'all going 4-1 against HBCUs. So I mean, y'all have to figure out how you can get them other two.
No, we can't lose to Howard, man. Can't lose to Howard.
Oh no, you can't lose to us either. So like y'all gotta figure out these others.
Losing to Howard. I mean, I don't know. Like Pooh Bear and Ant-Man, y'all haven't seen their facilities. It's like let's be honest. It's like the north. Like I lived across the street from the school for years, and I know. Oh my God. So Bison for Life will be mad, but real talk. They had a home in the end zone, like right behind the end zone. Had like the little black tarp on the homes, like a trap house. You kick the field goal. You know how the camera be right there watching the ball go on the goal? It be the house behind that with the black little tarp on it. Trap house. And I would run by that house like, on my little morning jog. So, but real talk, gentrification has done well to that end zone area. All them homes been bought up. So yeah. So we can't lose to that though. We cannot lose to that school.
Listen, man, they wanted coaches gone over there when they lost y'all last year. But I tell folks this all the time because it's the same thing about. And I said this last year before the season. I was like, you beat those boys, you beat that school down the road. Nothing else matters. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Your job is safe.
Yes.
Like Maynard, everybody talking about Maynard right now. If Maynard somehow wins the Magic City Classic, job is safe.
No,
yeah, it is.
Hey Dave, you know what happened with that Howard game though? This is what we were talking about with Prunty and what he built with the team. Like Hampton just wore him down.
Yeah.
Came back. Like if you stood the Hampton team next to the Howard team, you could tell they were just bigger, stronger, and built to win that. So, it wasn't a shock to me that we came back.
Yeah,
y'all beat the MEAC champions, man. Y'all beat the Celebration Bowl representatives.
That's right. You know the MEAC bad when Howard is the
and South Carolina State is a traditional power.
We left at the wrong time. We should have stayed, and we could shoot. If Howard could win, dang, anybody could win.
I just remember the 2020 year that was canceled, and the first thing I thought was, I don't think people were going to like the fact of seeing A&T and Alcorn State play in the Celebration Bowl for 3 straight years, because that's what it probably would have happened. That was what it was pretty much going to be before COVID showed up.
Yeah,
because A&T was rocking in that season, man. They were ready. Ready.
Yep.
7-5. We got to get to 7-5, 8-4 if we get lucky.
I'm open for 7-5.
Yeah.
Trent can do it. I hope you watch
it.
I
got faith.
All right, so we got 3-9 for Dave. It's a success, and 7-5.
Give me 4 and 8, man. 4 and 8.
I got a mark. Dave got 5 wins, and I do remember all the wins.
3 to 5. I mean,
and
don't you now listen. I ain't say nothing above 5.
I ain't 3 to 5. Like
3 to 5.
No. I say this. So to clarify, last year you said 7, and then you did say something about maybe 8 or 9 or something like that. It was some kind of fishy.
It was like a lot of caveats.
Yeah.
A lot of caveats, but I also said the 4 was 4, but it didn't matter because we only won 1.
The basement, they was in hell.
Dog. I expected us. My concerns going into the season were night and day. Like UAB, I just was like, all right, that's par for the course. It's UAB, got it. I'm not gonna be too angry about that one. Then the school down the road happened, and I'm like, all right, this offense is atrociously bad. And then Elon happened. I said, we got to fire his ass. He's got to go. He's got to go. And at that point, that's when I knew, like, all right, maybe we might, like, maybe if they bring in Kevin White against Norfolk, we probably can pull Norfolk. But if we don't pull Norfolk, that's it. And that's pretty much what I went.
So if y'all get to 4 wins, like, is your fan base? What's the mindset of your fan? Because I'll tell you, Hampton fan base, there's still a lot of people who don't know we left the MEAC. So like,
we definitely did have one situation where somebody was like, we never lost to Delaware State when we lost to Delaware. And when that happened, I said, yeah, that's rough. But other than that, I think folks are honestly aware that we're not in the MEAC anymore.
Yeah.
But I just
get 4 wins. Will people how will that be viewed? Will that give him more time? Will people be sympathetic?
I think that'll be enough to give him more time.
Damn, that's a little
like wow.
Nah, because dude, he got a 6-year deal. He got a 6-year deal, and he had to rebuild, and he lost a lot of the talent before he got into the team. Like a lot of folks hopped into the portal, and some of them got a bag.
6 years?
Yeah, 6-year deal.
Why?
We're not going to have a discussion about trying to remove him realistically until after year 3.
Y'all really believe in this guy?
Yeah, man. That's crazy.
They look, bro. They wanted him.
Like they gave Prunty an extension before the new AD came in, and the AD just said, "Nah."
Well, the thing is, remember, right? Like, so right now we don't have a chancellor, but the AD's still here.
Yeah.
So the AD ain't like Earl's been here. Earl's been the AD since, and it's funny because you can see the shift as soon as he took over as the AD, like how everything changed, like from the football program, the track program, everything shifted as soon as he took over as full-time AD. So like he's gonna get some level of grace. He's gonna get some time on this.
That's fair.
He's gonna get some time. Like, I mean, you make the decision to give a guy a 6-year contract that's pretty much fully guaranteed. Damn. Like you're gonna give the guy time.
You gave him a fully nah.
You can't remove. If we remove him, we got to pay the rest of his deal. So you might as well let him get paid to coach him.
Unless it's for cause, unless he do something crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I look, man. It's funny. When I first met him, the first thing I said was, "There's only a few games you got to win, man, to keep your seat in a decent temp. Like you can afford to lose at that school down the road once. After twice, they're gonna be questioning a lot of things, and it ain't gonna matter about everything else that's going on. There's some games you just cannot lose on that schedule. Yeah, that's one of them. And let him lose the Winston. Oh God.
Oh
God.
We ain't gonna lose to Winston, man.
No, we're not. We're not. But I'm just trying to explain to the temperature of folks that are listening. Like,
we know the situation.
There's games you can't. There's some games you just cannot lose to.
Yeah.
Like you just cannot. Like you get grace initially. You know, the grace is gonna go away real fast. Like, and I'm one of the nicer ones in the crew. I'm one of the nicer Aggies in these streets.
You are, Dave. That's why. I mean, I do. You are one of the nice ones. One of the good ones, actually.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But it's just for me, it's you. There's some games that matter more than others, and I don't think he understood what that rivalry meant until after the game. I think he realized what it was after the game because it was clear. I don't think he got it. I think he got it now. Now, even though he's a Valley grad, he's a Valley. He went to Valley. Right, played in the NFL, came out, got drafted, all pro in NFL. But he went to Howard, so I would have thought he would have understood what some of these rivalries meant.
It's a little different till you in that fire, though, bro.
Huh?
It's a little different when you in that fire, though.
I know.
Now he got his feet wet, so maybe he'll do a little bit better this year.
I'm telling you, man. I just don't see the way that contract is written. He ain't going nowhere until after year.
That's why you gotta pray that it gets better, bro. Because
yeah, once you're at the praying stage, you're in trouble, man.
I mean, I will give them credit. They've done a pretty good job recruiting, so he's gotten some talent.
That's only half the battle, though. You know what I mean?
I know it's half the battle, but it's an encouraging battle.
Well, question, are these like high school kids or from the portal? Like, are these guys ready?
Combination, because we got one kid from Boston College, and then we did get a lot of good high school talent. Like the guys that he recruited last year, right before he came in, they played a lot of time and they played pretty well. So I think like K Motor, he played pretty well. We picked up Kenji Christian from the portal from Virginia Tech. Outside of those fumbles, he played pretty damn well. He's a pretty good running back for us. So okay. I think he knows how to recruit. I think he knows how to get talent in here. We're gonna see when he actually has an actual OC how this looks, So we'll see. We'll see.
Hey, have you guys like improved the weightlifting and nutrition thing? Because you guys were a little bit small last year. Like, is that
y'all were tiny,
bro? Well, we lost a lot of our talent, bro. We had one guy went to Power 5 school, got paid $250,000. Like it's.
They paying this dude from.
Yeah, he earned it too, man. He was a good return for Virginia. You talking about Virginia Tech, the running back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like when folks were wondering why he went from Boston College to Virginia Tech, that is why.
Yeah.
The bag changed that quickly.
Yeah, the money talks, bro.
The bag changed quick because he was set on going to BC, and the next thing you knew, that BC turned into VT.
Yeah.
And he's definitely going to probably go into the league because he had a pretty damn good season for them boys last year. Yeah. So, but,
Well, fellas, it's been a good one, as always. We're going to have to get together, during the season sometime.
We'll get them together whenever they play for
homecoming.
Yeah, G-Hope. You better get me the week before, man, because I'm flying down Wednesday. So.
That's fair. We could do that.
We could probably do it that Monday prior.
That's
the
fine.
game. So
we'll make it work.
Yeah.
We'll make it happen.
All right, but y'all know what we do. Before we go, Dave, tell the people where they can find you.
All right, man. So you can find my tag down there is Champ D Tencho. That's my personal tag, but you can also follow my podcast at Panther Nation PC. We're the largest independent show on YouTube that covers the Carolina Panthers. We also cover fantasy football, draft, and all that as well. And also HBCU Nightly. We're on break right now, but we'll get back live probably on Wednesday nights when we get close to the season. And then me and Markham Banks, we also do a show called MD, also on the HBCU Nightly Network. So just check us out, man. Just gonna be fun times, full of chaos. And with the MD show, we cover different things other than football. We cover esports. We cover a bunch of other things as well. So,
all right, Jill.
All right. I should have put my little tag on the chat, but you can find me at Jeffrey Alpha 06 on Twitter. And you can also find us on the HU Pirateship on Spotify and SoundCloud and a couple other spots.
All right. Big Reed.
Yep, we're at the www.hupirateship.com where we talk about the Pirates.
All right, fellas. When next time y'all doing the show?
Soon.
Yeah.
You know, the AD show was highly what's the word, Jeff? People liked it.
It was good. I listened to it, man. It was good. I will say, the best part I heard was when he talked about the MEAC situation.
Yeah.
That had me in stitch. Like, I was listening to it because I was in Chicago at the time.
Yeah.
And I listened to it and I was in stitches.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get that one up.
I mean, that was a good one, and I think the one before when we talked about the head coach being like,
that was a good one too. So as the year gets closer, because I think with the AD, we have better relations with him.
Yeah.
And he's not afraid of media and such. So he'll be putting us in touch with the coaches, and we plan on talking to them. But so we'll be doing a lot more content with the coaches because they're looking good.
Yeah, definitely excited about that.
Appreciate y'all fellas for joining us, man.
Yep, thanks for having us. Anytime.
Love being here, man. Bring us back whenever you can, man.
Hey,
when you have some of those MEAC teams on, so we can laugh at them.
We actually, I'm glad you said that. We on Wednesday, Howard, North Carolina Central, Morgan State.
We'll be at least I'll be in the chat. At least to just throw
I'll be in the chat for that one.
Yeah,
you're gonna put all them. You can put them three together.
You last day? Do you remember? Because you
I showed up.
Yeah. So Now we got Erica got some.
She got some bragging rights.
Yeah, some bragging rights. You know, she in the bottom. She in the bottom. Like is he's still in the chat?
Nah, he been gone.
Who Banks?
Yeah. You know,
look, man, you gotta go find a beholder somewhere, man. You gotta find a beholder. Like you gotta go get a beholder. Like because and you probably can find. I could probably find you a Hornet. I can find you a Hornet.
Oh, you talking about Oh no. Oh, we got that. We got them covered on the 17th. We got
you got a Hornet. All right, yeah.
We got Kobe gonna cover, you know what I'm saying, Delaware State and South Carolina State. We may have HBCU Pass may help us out with Norfolk State, but we trying to see with that one.
They got the same thing with their contract with their coach. But the thing is, Norfolk State historically does not fire coaches on the football side. That's not what they do.
Yeah, bro.
We trying to see.
Don't do that, man.
But yeah,
we got it all scheduled though.
No,
yeah, we got. I'm gonna have to put the schedule out there. Miss Angie say Wednesday. Yes, this Wednesday. Oh, Miss Angie, you on the 20th? We got your boys will be on. We'll be talking Alabama State. So
yeah, and good luck to your son, man. I'm rooting for him. I'm definitely rooting for him in Alabama State. I'm going to the homecoming this year. I'm flying out for the homecoming.
Okay,
for Alabama State. So.
Oh yeah, I'm
pulling up
that to see when that was going to be.
Flights already booked. And one thing I realized is that us as HBCUs, we should be charging more for these tickets. I saw what they charged me for mine. So we can charge more for these tickets, guys. Don't be afraid. So I got some good seats, but them joints were not cheap. I think $200 a piece.
Yeah. Well, $200 a piece where?
Alabama State. They got a nice stadium. They got a nice stadium, man. I was like, all right. And I think
that's seats, right? That's what regular seat.
No, it's like I think it's a club seat. I got to double check.
Oh, okay. All right.
But still, like it's the fact that you're willing to price, like the fact that you're willing to understand what the market is. You're like, yeah, we're gonna charge you X.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and you're willing to do it because there's a lot of schools that ain't willing to do it.
Yeah,
I ain't naming names. I'm just saying the schools ain't willing to do it.
Yeah. Well, fellas, like I said, it's been real. We'll be back on Wednesday. Like that. We out. This show was presented by betonline.ag.
Bring me my money.